It's another week of tending the Torah garden. The book of Bereshis is all about building. And this week's building block is, you just gotta do what you gotta do. The star of the Torah portions these last few weeks is the great Yosef. We learn of his supreme inner strength, his wisdom, and his leadership skills. But one thing few people focus on is how emotionally sensitive he was. Tears came quite easily to Yosef. In fact, we find him crying no less than 8 times in these few portions. No one else in the entire scripture comes even close. And yet, yes, Yosef was a crier, but he wasn't a whiner. What's the difference? Whining comes from apathy. Crying comes from empathy. Let me explain. In this week's Parsha, Parshas Vayigash, Yosef finally reveals himself to his brothers. And there's a lot of hugging and kissing all around. But then, Yosef is reunited with his maternal brother Binyamin, and the Torah gives quite a curious description. Yosef fell on Binyamin's neck and cried, and Binyamin cried on Yosef's neck. Rashi explains that in this moment, each brother cried for a tragic destruction that was to take place on the other's portion in the land of Israel. You see, the Mishkan is in Yosef's lot, and the Beis HaMikdash is in Binyamin's lot, and they both would be destroyed. The Rebbe once asked a glaring question. Why were they only crying for each other's tragedy? Didn't they care for the tragedy that would happen in their own backyard? And the Rebbe gives a most powerful and penetrating answer. For someone else's problem, you can cry, and you should cry. It's cruel if you don't. That's how you show you care. That's how you show empathy. But when facing your own issues, there's no place for crying. It absolutely serves no purpose. It's a waste of time and energy. Instead, you have to take action. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and just fix it. And this also explains why we don't find that Yosef cried when his brothers threw him into a pit, or when they sold him to the Egyptians, or when he was thrown into jail, because like I said, he wasn't a whiner. He only cried when he couldn't make a difference. But if there was something to be done, if he was able to do it, he got up and did it. What a critical lesson this is for us. We're all faced with challenges on different levels, and we all know of others in similar situations. If we can't help, then yes, we should empathize and cry with others. But if we look inside and see that we can do something, there's no room for crying. We gotta do what we gotta do. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.